पांचटी वैषयिक कर्मशाला उपस्थापित हेब 50 रु अधिक गवेषणात्मक संदर्भ सामिल हेबे 500 रु अधिक गवेषक विशेषज्ञ शिक्षाविद वरिष्ठ सांबादिक और छात्र।
Media industry in this country, most of the time I think I call it as era of experimentation, because they have to survive, they have to live. Our TV channel should survive, our newspaper should survive, and what has happened to the reading habits, where exactly is the advertising sector heading towards, what is happening to the public relations and corporate communications, where exactly are we working on our communication research. There are quite a lot of factors which needs to be very seriously thought about, because even after COVID-19, according to me, Indian media industry has suffered a lot. According to the data, more than 40 to 45% of the journalists, media professionals have lost their jobs, and even today we do not know the percentage of circulation of newspapers. So in this situation, when TV channels are struggling hard to get TRP, newspapers, they want their newspapers to be circulated, and all our e-papers, and a new trend has come. But in this crisis also, if we can strengthen our students with not only the technology, with all the creativity and all other factors, and which will definitely contribute to the knowledge society. So media has that potential. Whenever we and most of the time it is not only the negative factors on the news channels, it's also positive factors are also there, but we may have to look into all these things. So if you just look into media education, see, many times a lot of our media professionals will question us, why media education? See, it is a fact that it is multidisciplinary. The journalism postgraduate or a non-journalism postgraduate, non-journalism postgraduate also can do very well. There is no doubt about it. If he has an excellent language, if he has a very good knowledge in current affairs. But still, why media education? What is its contribution for media education? Why media education is because a student of media education will know the basics. He will know, we will teach them the communication theories. We will teach them international communication. We will teach them business communication. We will teach them research. We will teach them do's and don'ts. We will teach them what is called the social responsibility theory. Because whenever I see quite a lot of people very highly qualified in marketing, they always say it's only, sir, it's marketing, sir, it's only TRP rating. Yeah, I don't disagree with them. TRP rating is required. As a communicator, what to give, when to give, how to give, whom to give. These are some of the basic questions that needs to be answered, because marketability is also required, whereas your social responsibility is also required. The TRP rating is also required, and good communication concepts are also required. But why media becomes very, very important? Why media education should strengthen Indian media industries? Because it's only the healthy media which can develop a healthy society in especially a multicultural, multilingual country like India. It is very, very important. Media has the capability of setting the trend. People believe media. We enjoy the credibility of the population. So it's the responsibility of the people working in media education. We have to enlighten the society. We have to enlighten the professionals in the media industry. And we have to always talk of the social responsibility. Most of the time, we underestimate the performance of public service media with the commercial media. See, we also want our media to survive. They have to make profit, but profit at what cost is a basic question that needs to be answered. At any point of time, we should never forget the social responsibility theory. If we forget social responsibility theory, and if you go on dumping whatever we want, it will have a very negative impact on the society. That is a very, very important concept which we may have to very seriously sit and re-look into. So I think it is high time where even the new education policy is so flexible, where you have quite a lot of opportunity for our students. because the open elective, because in Karnataka, we have almost implemented the new education policy. I think in the country, Karnataka was one of the first states to implement a new education policy. But even at the undergraduate level, when we have started our open electives, one very good factor, very good point, so far as new education policies, we have started introducing what is called open electives. Any student from any fraternity, any student from any background can come and study our subjects, and our students can also study other subjects. So there is a lot of demand for a subject like media and society, lot of demand for writing for media, photojournalism. Hundreds of students, they are interested to take up quite a lot of our media related subjects. So that's at the undergraduate level. We have already started our undergraduate courses, our integrated degree program, even in our Bangalore University, and also in different universities of our state in Karnataka.
Hello everyone, this is Mohit Soni and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Media. First to 23rd of November 2021, and this event shall also be broadcasted virtually. We are expecting a huge traction from universities, colleges and students to be a part of this event and be there either in person or attend this virtually online on our platform. Also hear from experts, academicians and professionals on the benefit of having new education policy, the way structured, the way it has to be incorporated, and the way it has to be supported by all the stakeholders in this ecosystem. I will also be a part of this conference on 22nd of November, and will talking about upskilling, reskilling, the importance of keeping on constantly evaluating, analyzing and upgrading yourself to keep you updated on whatever the requirements comes in for today or for the future. I'll be very happy to see you there, and it'll be a great advantage and a value proposition which certainly you will see once you're a part of this conference. I also want to personally congratulate Professor Padi and IMS, the body who has been involved in conduct of this National Media Conclave for almost 5 to 6 years right now, and they have been constantly doing it. It is a great advantage for the entire ecosystem to meet together, discuss and understand what pathways we can define for making India the skill capital of the world and making the resources be what is required for today and for the future in the industry. Thank you and look forward to meet you soon. Bye-bye.
This program NMC5 is coming at a very opportune moment. There is a tri-junction of 100 years of media education. My voice is okay? Is there any
you are very much audible. Yes, sir.
Yes. There is no echo, I believe. Okay.
A bit of.
It's probably just a minute.
Yes, sir. A bit of.
Yeah. The 100 years of media education, or 101 you can say, and national education policy has come up at this stage, and the post-COVID, the FICCI and EY Indian Media and Entertainment Industry Report for 2021 in March, which was published, has again pointed out that there will be almost 25% increase, 25 or 21% increase in the digital and online gaming, as well as other uh, areas of mass media in the current session, and the combined annual growth rate will be quite high in the next few years. Okay. Then again, there is another issue. India is a young country now. Probably right now we are having the highest number of youths in the country, and by 2030, I think the amount of number of working people in the entire world. Now the question is how to prepare media persons for taking up these positions as offered, as pointed out or forecast by FICCI, new media in a new light report, etc. And again, how to, in keeping with new education policy, how do we restructure or how do we realign our media education? First of all, I would like to speak about only a few of my observations and feelings. One is, Usarani Madam has already pointed out about research, and earlier speakers have also spoken about intellectual input into technology, as well as intellectual inputs into media education, right? Like any other natural field. Now, I personally feel that if we can, from the beginning onwards, or when a program is started at undergraduate or postgraduate level, if from second semester or preferably from second semester, if we can bifurcate or if we can segregate research orientation as well as job orientation, practical, people who would like to go to the field and people who would like to invest themselves in research, both basic research and applied research. Okay. So that might be a good idea, I believe. And one thing I have seen is in the appointment of our teachers, especially in government organizations, both state as well as central ones. I personally feel that there is a slight tilt towards more academic orientation. And I believe that people with field experiences or working experiences may not be getting that kind of preference enough for a job. But I believe it should be more balanced in future. Then again, as we see, every year, every 3 months, 4 months, things are changing. Technology as well as new skills as well as other areas, intellectual areas. So, and industry itself is changing. Now, even after a person joins a job as an assistant professor or at any level, can there be a provision, say about in 2-3 years, that person can be, that academician or the teacher can be sent to a particular industry for a 3 months, 2 months position, which might be, if not sufficient, at least it will give him or her some idea about the new things which have already come into the media. As you might be knowing, we have refresher courses, orientation courses, or nowadays short-term professional development courses also. But I believe a full-time means for a short period, say 2 months, 3 months, secondment to the industry might be a good idea, like refresher courses or orientation courses. Okay. So that will give better crispness and innovativeness to the, I expect that it will give a better crispness and innovativeness to the teacher while again coming back to the classroom. There is a scope for implementing or experimenting with the aspect for 1 or 2 years initially, and then maybe it can be continued if it is found effective. Then again, industry academia interface we have been speaking about for so many years, but ultimately it comes to just a few lectures. Usually it comes to just a few lectures from practitioners from the field, and or maybe 1 or 2 visits to the field. But I believe industry bodies like Broadcast Research, Broadcast Media Council, or any other such professional body like FICCI or SSM or I think there is another major one. Can we have a collaborative programs with them? Robi sir has also spoken about that how the industry should be able to know what we are doing, and we should know what the industry wants. I mean, it should be a mutually beneficial situation. Of course, for industry, profit will be a major risk, but at least, but again, how much profit one would like to make. So industry has to give some inputs to us, and vice versa. Academicians also need to give new ideas to them. I think if it can become a reality in future, I believe there will be a good amount of preparation of proper human resources for manning the industry in future, in the coming days. Again, no system or no technology is either good or bad, but it is up to how the people who are using it are utilizing it for a proper cause or for a, I mean, not so proper cause. Okay. Then again, new education policy is very much about flexibility in different programs, syllabi, etc., etc. And so, can we, I mean, the credit bank system and credit transfer system is also there. Can we think of allowing our students, say, one student completes one semester or 2 semesters in our institute learning a particular trade or particular industry, I mean, particular area, then he may be allowed or he should be encouraged or encouraged to go to some other discipline, under interdisciplinary studies. Say, for example, science communication or communication for even social sciences, humanities. Our students, media students, will be more suited for that. Professional communicators. In fact, including science as, I mean, both social sciences and humanities and pure sciences, we don't see a lot of people, or I mean, we usually don't see a policy of teaching them how to communicate their findings, right? So that is why in our university department, we have started 2 courses on science communication. I think few other universities have also started in our country. But I believe in keeping with new education policies, preferences or ideas, this might be a good idea, not only science communication for pure sciences people, even for humanities and social sciences. A kind of professional communicators will be able to communicate those research findings, which will be able to help the common people in uplift of their life in a language which the common people will be able to understand. So this is one thing, and again, I have spoken about the collaboration or I mean the relationship which can be built with the industry, and slowly or gradually and steadily we should be able to, we should push for making at least the basic minimum media education a compulsory matter, compulsory qualification for joining various jobs in the media. Okay. And again, we can design our programs in a modular system. In fact, in my university, we have not done it yet. Of course, just 1 or 2 in the departments from not my department. Modular, I mean, suppose somebody wants to go to the profession just as a technician or just as a cameraman, just as a radio operator. He should be able to drop out after 6 months of training, 1 year, 2 semesters of training. Then if in future he wants to come back, he can be allowed, he or she can be allowed lateral entry in a period of either within 2-3 years, maybe. Right? That might be that might help us to become more popular with the people. Of course, trying to get popular is not a solution, but at least it might give a good opportunity, professional opportunity to our upcoming young generations who would like to go for media. And if we have to believe this FICCI UI study, there's so much of media, lots of software media contents which need to be made in the coming days. So if we can think of them, these people to man those vacancies, that will be a great service to the society. Again, in addition to thinking of upcoming youngsters or students who would be coming to our industry, to our institution, can we also think of those people who are already in the media, who do not have a proper qualification in the media, formal qualification in the media? Can we also think of something for their interest? Of course, today we do have correspondence courses, or what is called distance education correspondence courses, open and distance learning programs. It's high time we take a assessment, we make an assessment how much of those are actually being so productive or not. Okay, and this is more or less what I have to say in this regard. Well, our yesterday only, I have read an article in Business Today, Business Today's web version, that one not-for-profit group has forecast, given a research finding that the education and skills market of the country is going to be double this current decade, from $180 billion to, in 2020, to US dollars 313 billion by 2030. So again, another thing is, I have spoken about the FICCI report. Now, where are the jobs? Do we see a major advertisement campaign, or do we see so many advertisements in the media for such jobs? But they are there, and we have to teach them, we have to tell our students how to look for those jobs. Then again, I would like to conclude with one thing. We are always, technology has always fascinated us or mesmerized us. But again, how are we actually using technology? Say, for example, because of Corona, we have to go with times. Because of Corona, online education system was the only alternative available to us. But we all know how much it is actually practical as well as productive or meaningful, especially in programs like ours, where hand-holding or face-to-face interaction is of such an important activity. Fine. So thank you very much. This was all I had to say. This was my wish list, actually. I don't know how you look at it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. You really gave a very good suggestion. In fact, that can we have a collaboration with the, with FICCI and SHM of,
Any such organization.
Yes, collaboration between the academia and the industry, so that we can have a really good thing to come out. Now I'll request our session chair, Dr. Anusha Rani ma'am, to kindly give her concluding remark on today's third plenary session, the discussion we had. And before that, there is a question. That question is from one of the student from Calcutta University, and question is for Dr. Ravi sir, and he is asking a question that for media students who aspire to be a skilled HR, what tips would you like to give them, sir? Ravi sir.
Student of media studies, if he wants to be a very skilled human resource, first and foremost thing is he should have command over his language. That's the first and foremost thing. Quite a lot of knowledge. You have to read quite a lot. And if you really want to be a successful professional in media, you should be very active, very alert, and no question of postponing anything. So in media, you should be very alert, any student for that matter should, it is not like keeping anything pending, because we race against the time. So your knowledge, your current affairs in your fingertips, and your vast reading, and all those things will definitely, along with that, you should also know the technology. It's not that total technology, but at least you should know using the technology as well as your knowledge. The amalgamation of these two will definitely get you an excellent placement. There is no doubt about it.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request our session chair to kindly conclude the session and give her concluding remark. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Bhavna, for excellently moderating the session. And I thank the panelists, distinguished speakers for presenting valuable input to strengthen media education from the perspective of skill-based education. I have taken each session gives us an opportunity to initiate a dialogue on an issue, and we continue the dialogue from one platform to another. And in the process, we learn and we gain so much of information about the trends that are happening, the perspectives that are happening in media education. This is a panel where it was focused on the skill-based education, media education. As a result, we had panelists who gave different perspectives, who examined the subject from different perspectives. Professor Subhash Dulia, Professor B.K. Ravi, and Professor Bora all unanimously agreed on one issue, that we should not run behind technology. Technology is overwhelming, it should not, dominate us. It should not overtake us. And we have to treat technology with caution. So technology is as important as anything else, because in the next 5 years, you are going to have a different generation of students sitting in your class. In my class, before I retired, my students used to open their laptop and Google whatever I used to say. So I used to be mentally prepared and help them learn better, go prepared, because they Google today laptop is outdated and they have mobile, and you cannot ban mobile in the classroom, and they use mobile, and the chip has transformed. But all three experts have expressed unanimously that you have to treat technology with caution, and we're very happy to know that all of you are researchers, serious researchers, and say that this research output, whatever you treat, if there is empirical evidence in whatever hypothesis statements that we presume, let there be research, let us as academia, we have a mandate, we have been given a mandate. use technology. Society is using technology. You cannot prevent society from not using the technology. You cannot prevent students from using the technology. Students come to your class with a lot of expectations about technology. They would like to know what resources you have, what softwares you have, what studios you have, and what type of teachers you have. Okay, but we should not forget that research component in journalism education is what makes journalism education very, very different. So and Professor Subhash Dulia said that role of technology in social sciences. It needs a proper insight, and we need to reflect more on this. And all of us have been researchers, but the more we research, the more we have learned, and more we have been critics of Western methods of research, Western models of theory. So let us come to the new media theories. If there are new media, let us examine critical studies of new media, and let us examine technology from these perspectives. But there was one agreement in the panel about collaborating with the industry. You cannot deny that you have to increase the employability of your students. Students, after all, come to you and they seek jobs, and you need to increase their employability. And for that, we need to collaborate with the industry. So yeah, all three of you said that besides, it's important that we collaborate with the media institutions. And Ravi was, and Professor Bora was with Bora, and both Ravi come from the industry, and even Professor Subhash Dulia come from the industry. All three of you have a rich in the professional experience. What better panel we could have had, but for three of you having a rich combination of both industry and the academic experience. So you have brought in a lot of your professional experience to the table, and you say that technology should be amalgamated with other types of skills like critical skills, analytical skills. How can you analyze farmers' agitation without analytical skills? And without the analytical mind, you cannot develop news literacy. So this is the age of headline literacy, and breaking news. But let us talk about the analytical part of it. And our job is to train students to be potential enough to analyze news, And so the quality we need to improve. We use technology, but we use with caution, but we use with a purpose. There should not be any ambiguity in this purpose. Our purpose is to make quality journalists, quality media professionals, and who value freedom, who value democracy, who value equality, who value freedom of speech, So these are the values. You cannot just forget the values just because we have the technology, because the society is consuming a lot of technology, and nobody can prevent the flood. And so it is, and Professor Ravi said NEP is a boon. Yes, I agree with him. In Karnataka, it has definitely taken on a very bright note. And already we have open electives, and there is a growing demand for journalism courses. And there is also demand for introducing journalism at the school, higher secondary school level. So I agree with Professor B.K. Ravi and other panelists who said that healthy media, this is very important. I would like to draw the attention here to the judgment of the apex court, the judicial pronouncement, let me say, not the judgment, pronouncement on in one of the recent proceedings, where the Supreme Court said that there is more pollution from the media than the pollution created by the environment. That speaks volumes about the kind of, the vulgar display of technological digital tools to the extent of destroying the truth And no doubt, truth has many languages, and the media is destroying them. But we in the classroom, we have to maintain the sanctity of the truth. Yes, technology is necessary, absolutely necessary. But we, as Professor Subhash Dhulia said, we have to use with caution. If you forget that caution, then we are going to commit the same mistake, a blunder, not just a mistake, and also sin. And by neglecting the society, we'll be doing great injustice to the society. And therefore, we need to strengthen media. Is media calling the shot or media education calling the shot? So let us try to cater to the needs of the industry, but it should not be unilateral. It should be, they have to join hands with media education, and then only you can collaborate and coordinate and improve the quality of media education. And it is very well said that by Professor Ravi, that healthy media is absolutely required. And all of us, and you talk to even a layman, even anybody, even an illiterate person, you talk to him, he doesn't talk well of media, and our students should not be trained for such jobs. We use technology with a purpose to protect democracy, protect equality, and to establish a more equitable society. So this is what I have summed up the deliberations of this panel. Gentlemen, it was, and Dr. Bhavna and Professor Upendra Padi, it was a great honor and privilege to chair this session. And I really enjoyed this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful, concluding remark from your side. And I'm thankful to the panelists, Dr. B.K. Ravi sir, to Subhash Dhulia sir, to Abhijit Bora sir, and our session chair, Dr. Usha Rani ma'am, for this wonderful session. And definitely we have many takeaways from this session, and such kind of discussion is really required. So now I would like to take the opportunity to thank to Open Party sir, to the organizing committee of National Media Conclave, and last but not the least, all the participants who were there right from 4:30 to 6:08. It's showing on my PC right now, and to our reporter Nursing Manji sir. So I'm really thankful. Thanks to all the panelists, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
स्वप्ना टीवी लड़ाई करेगी।
प्लॉट नंबर 212 इन फ्रंट ऑफ कमला पैलेस अपार्टमेंट 13 पंजाबी कॉलोनी सत्यनगर भुवनेश्वर ओडिशा। टोल फ्री नंबर 1800120767, व्हाट्सएप नंबर 7978029191। समकालीन गणमाध्यम अनेक प्रसंग नहीं इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मीडिया स्टडीज IMS द्वारा आयोजित पंचम संस्करण नेशनल मीडिया कॉन्क्लेव 2021 21 नवेम्बर 2021 रु 3 दिनिया महासम्मेलन 5टी वैषयिक कर्मशाला उपस्थापित हेब 50 रु अधिक गवेषणात्मक संदर्भ सामिल हेबे 500 रु अधिक गवेषक विशेषज्ञ शिक्षाविद वरिष्ठ सांबादिक और छात्र छात्री मीडिया पार्टनर भावे स्वप्ना प्लस टीवी करिबो मीडिया महाकुंभर सीधा प्रसारण सहभागी वेब मीडिया पार्टनर नवादिल्ली प्रकाशित इंडियन ऑब्जर्वर पोस्ट अधिक तथ्य लागि लगन करंतु www.inmc.org.in एवं कॉन्क्लेव सामाजिक गणमाध्यम पृष्ठागुड़ी को फॉलो लाइक सब्सक्राइब करंतु इन सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म यूट्यूब फेसबुक इंस्टाग्राम एंड ट्विटर।
नमस्कार बुलेटिन को स्वागत करुछि मु कादंबरी। प्रथमे हेडलाइंस। सुवर्णपुर हॉस्पिटल शिशु कन्या चोरी घटना प्रतापपुर सरधावाली रास्ता कड़ू नवजात को उद्धार कला पुलिस गतकाली शिशु कन्या को चोरी करथिले अजणा महिला किणा बिकानी संदेह प्रकट कले एसपी। केन्द्रापड़ा बारीमूल गांव में अभावनीय घटना जोररू डंगा भसेबा बेले दुई भौणी शरीर समाधि मृतकों मध्य जड़े 3 वर्षर अन्य जड़े 2 वर्षर मृतदेह उद्धार कले स्थानीय लोके। रंधन गैस दाम वृद्धि प्रतिवाद करिब बीजेडी बिजु युव छात्र और महिला संगठन पक्षर आंदोलन डाकरा काली 3 दिन पर्यंत विक्षोभ करिब दल दर न कमिले तृणमूल स्तर में आंदोलन चेतावनी। राजस्थान में आज बदल गेहलोत सरकार कैबिनेट रूपरेख 30 जनिया नुआ मंत्रिमंडल नेबे शपथ स्थान पाइबे 15 नुआ मुह 4 जन को मिलिब राष्ट्रपाह्या अपराह्न 4टारे शपथ समारोह। आंध्र प्रदेश में प्रलय रचुची बन्या राज्य में मृत्यु संख्या 29 को वृद्धि 50 निखोज चित्तौर कड़पा कर्नाल अनंतपुर जिले में बेसी प्रभावित उद्धार कार्य में एनडीआरएफ टीम और अग्निशम बाहिनी मुतयन। शक्तिशाली है भारतीय नौसेना सामिल है क्षेपणास्त्र विध्वंसकारी युद्ध जहाज आईएनएस विशाखापट्टनम प्रतिरक्षा मंत्री राजनाथ सिंह को उपस्थित में मुंबई डॉकयार्ड रे है सामिल संपूर्ण स्वदेशी ज्ञान कौशल होइछे निर्मित। श्रीमंदिर परिक्रमा प्रकल्पर शुभारंभ पर गजपति महाराज गुआटेका नीति संपन्न आसंता काली ठारू आरंभ हेबो महायज्ञ 24 रे पूर्णाहुति शिलान्यास कार्यक्रम में जोग देबे मुख्यमंत्री। बुलेटिन आरंभ करबा गुरुत्वपूर्ण खबर। सुवर्णपुर जिला मुख्य चिकित्सालय चोरी होइथिबा शिशु कन्या आज उद्धार होइछि। ते प्रतापपुर सरदावाली निकट रास्ता कड़ू शिशु कन्या को उद्धार करिछि पुलिस। शिशुटी को चोरी करिबा परे केही रास्ता कड़े छाड़ी पळाइथिबा संदेह करा जाउछि। ते शिशु कन्या को उद्धार करी हॉस्पिटल को आनिछि पुलिस। चोरी होइथिबा नवजात शिशु कन्या को चिन्हट करिछि मां। ते गतकाली सुवर्णपुर जिला मुख्य चिकित्सालय स्त्री और प्रसूति विभाग वार्ड रे नवजात शिशु कन्या चोरी होइथिला। एने चिकित्सालय कर्तृपक्ष सदर टाउन थाना रे मामला रुजु करथिले। ते हॉस्पिटल परिसर सीसीटीवी फुटेज रु जणे अजणा महिला शिशुटी कन्याटी को धरिथिबा दृश्य कैद होइथिला। सेडे शिशु चोरी पछरे किणा बिका ने संदेह प्रकट करिसंती एसपी। ए घटना पछरे प्रसूतिंक परिवार लोकंक संपृक्ति थाई पारे बोली कहा जाउछि। तर्जमा जारी रहिछि। तदंत परे समस्त घटना स्पष्ट होबो बोली एसपी कहिसंती। जोररू डंगा गोटेबा है काल डंगा गोटा गोटो पानी रे बुड़ी 2 जनक मृत्यु होइछि। एहिपरि अभावनीय घटना घटिछि केन्द्रापड़ा जिला जौरा बारीमूल गाँव में। ते प्राण हराइथिबा 2 शिशु 2 भौणी बोली जना पड़िछि। सेमाने हेले सेही गाँवर विपिन मल्लिकंक 3 वर्षर झियो शुभस्मिता 2 वर्षर झियो मधुस्मिता। आज पूर्वाह्न 2 भौणी घर पाखरे खेलुथबा बेले केउआडे चली जाइथिले। परे परिवार लोके खोजाखोजी करिबारु उभयंक मृतदेह घर निकट जोररू उद्धार करथिले। जोରରେ भासुथबा पुराना डंगा आनिबाकु जाई 2 भौणी पानी रे बुड़ी जाइथिबा संदेह करा जाउछि। प्रस्तावित जिंदल प्रकल्प को एरोसमा ब्लॉक ढिकिया पंचायत विरोध तेबे ढिंकिया पंचायत कार्यालय अनुष्ठित आलोचना बैठक में जिंदल प्रकल्प को विरोध करा जायछि। प्रस्तावित जिंदल प्रकल्प को नहीं प्रशासन पक्षरु दुई पंचायत गड़कुंजंग और नुआ गाँव में मिलित भाव आलोचना बैठक अनुष्ठित हेबा परे आज ढिंकिया पंचायत आलोचना होईछि। ते बैठक पूर्व ढिंकिया ग्रामवासी गाँवर फुलखाई मंदिर निकटरू पंचायत ऑफिस पर्यंत शोभायात्रा बाहरी विरोधी नारा देथिले। पेट्रोल और डीजेल दर वृद्धि को नहीं किछि दिन तले शासक विरोधी दल मुहांमुही होइथिबा बेले एबे रंधन गैस नहीं समान परिस्थिति उपजिछि। आज पुणी एलपीजी दर वृद्धि नहीं केंद्र सरकार उपरे बर्षिछि बीजेडी। उज्ज्वला योजना करी गरीबों को ठकिछंती केंद्र सरकार। गैस रो दर न कमिले पुरपोली रे आंदोलन हेबो। तेबे आसंता 22 रे कटक और 23 तारिख रे आरडीसी रे दियाजिबो धारणा। सेबड़ी 24 तारिख रे ब्रह्मपुर आरडीसी रे धारणा दियाजिबो। तेबे एलपीजी दर न कमिबा जाई तृणमूल स्तर में आंदोलन कराजिबो। ते शनिवार दिन जोगाण मंत्री रणेंद्र प्रताप स्वाई कहिसंती जे एलपीजी गैस दर गृहिणी को बाधुछि। जेउ एलपीजी उपरे 400 रु 450 टंका पर्यंत सब्सिडी मिलुथुला ताहाको एबे तैल कंपनी गुड़िक 13 टंका 95 पैसा को कमाई दैछंती। ते रंधन गैस सिलिंडर दाम 1000 टंका पाखापाखि पहुंचिथिबारु खाउटी एबे चिंतारे।
এই উজ্জ্বলা যোজনা করিকি গরিব মানকু ঠকিবাকু চেষ্টা করিଥିବା কেন্দ্র সরকারକୁ জবাব দেବାକୁ পড়িବ যে ଆପଣ କହିଥିଲେ ଗରିବ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ମାଗଣା ସିଲିଣ୍ଡର ଦେବେ ବୋଲି ଉଜ୍ଜ୍ୱଳା ଯୋଜନାରେ ଏବେ 1000 ଟଙ୍କା 926 ଟଙ୍କା ପଡୁଛି ଗୋଟେ ସିଲିଣ୍ଡରକୁ ଫିଲ୍ ଅପ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ। ତ ଆଛେ ଦିନର କଥା କହିକି ଗରିବଙ୍କୁ ଠକିଥିବା ଗରିବ ମାରଣନୀତି ଆପଣଉଥିବା କେନ୍ଦ୍ର ସରକାର ବିରୁଦ୍ଧରେ ବିଜୁ ଯୁବ ଜନତା ଦଳ ଛାତ୍ର ଜନତା ଦଳ ଗୋଟେ दुर्बार छात्र आंदोलन गढ़ी तोलिब युव आंदोलन गढ़ी तोलिब।
2014 एवं 2021 तुलन में 70 भाग एलपीजी दर वृद्धि घटी। साधारण खाउटी को बहुमात्रा व्यथित करुच्ची। विजु जनता दल साधारण जनसाधारण स्वर होइकी गोटे दुर्बार आंदोलन गढ़ी तोलिया निष्पत्ति नहीं। कटक आरडीसी सम्मुख में गोटे विराट धारणा अनुष्ठित हवा सहित कटक आरडीसी अंचल अंडर जोन में प्रत्येक ब्लॉक सम्मुख में विजु युव जनता दल छात्र जनता दल और महिला जनता दल आंदोलन देवे।
आज केन्द्रापड़ा गस्त करिसेंती केन्द्र जलशक्ति और आदिवासी व्यापार मंत्री विशेष टुडू। गस्त समय विभिन्न कार्यक्रम में अंशग्रहण करिसेंती मंत्री। एही कार्यक्रम में केन्द्रापड़ा जिला बीजेपी सभापति किशोर पंडा, बीजेपी नेता सुनाकर बेहेरा, विष्णु दास, उमाकांत पट्टनायक प्रमुख उपस्थित थिले। ते जिमर बीमा निगमर एक कार्यक्रम में जोग देबाकू जाउथबा बेले तीनी मुहाणी छकठारे जिला छात्र बीजेडी पक्षरु मंत्री गस्त को विरोध करी अंडामाड़ उद्यम करा जायतिला। एही घटना को बीजेपी पक्षरु निंदा करा जायछि।
और संघीय व्यवस्था भारत सरकार राज्य सरकार मान को पैसा पठाते आपड़ आज जी आम हिसाब कर देखिए 41टा डिपार्टमेंट पैसा सीधा सड़क राज्य सरकार को आसु। दुर्भाग्यर विषय जो संघीय व्यवस्था एक्चुअली केन्द्र किसी मेकानिजम ना राज्य सरकार को अधीन जो कर्मचारी अच्छे किंतु नवीन पट्टनायक निजे से छिड़ा पड़े गोटे ब्रांडिंग तेणु ये जो सरकार अच्छी खाली केवल यही स्कीम नुहे सबू कथार केवल ब्रांडिंग मातिଛନ୍ତି। ये लोकों किसी कर ना गंध ना।
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी को मुख्यमंत्री नवीन पट्टनायक चिठी हिताधिकारी को आउ 8 मास चाउल देवाकू चिठी रे दाबी करिसेंती मुख्यमंत्री। राज्य में प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना को वृद्धि करने को प्रधानमंत्री मोदी को प्रस्ताव देइछंती। तेबे पूर्व घोषणा मुताबक 7 मास मागणा राशन दिया जाइतिबा बेले आहुरी 8 मास एहाकू बढ़ेबाकू मुख्यमंत्री निवेदन करिसेंती। तेबे महामारी प्रभाव संपूर्ण भावे टळी नथिबा बेले देश में पर्याप्त परिमाण खाद्यशस्य महजूद रही। तेणु लोकों डिसेम्बर मासरू आहुरी 8 मास मागणा राशन देवाको मुख्यमंत्री नवीन पट्टनायक प्रधानमंत्री को चिठी लिखि निवेदन करिसेंती। महुमाछी आक्रमण में जड़े मृतक होउछंती केन्द्रापड़ा जिला गरदपुरा ब्लॉक बेराड़ी गाँव पुनानंद साहू। से किछि काम पई बाहर को जाइथिले। सेही समय बाघुआ महुमाछी तांको आक्रमण करिछि। तेबे परवर्ती मुहूर्त रे तांको मेडिकल को निया जाइतला किंतु डाक्टर सेठारे तांको मृत घोषणा करिसेंती। खोर्धा जिला बोलगोड़ा ब्लॉक रे पुलिस को आक्रमण करिसेंती मर्दाबाड़ी ग्रामवासी तेज आक्रमण में 3 पुलिस आहत होइतिबा बेले अन्य जने पुलिस कर्मचारी गुरुतर भावे आहत होइचंती। उत्त्यक्त ग्रामवासी पुलिस गाड़ी सह थाना अधिकारी को 4 घंटा अटक रखिबा परे छाड़ी दैथिबा जणा पड़िछि। गाँव रे उत्तेजना परिस्थिति सृष्टि होइछि। तेज मिलिथिबा सूचना अनुसार मर्दाबाड़ी ग्रामवासी से गाँवर सर्वेश्वर कहल सिंह मध्य किछि दिन तले विवाद होइतिला। एने बोलगोड़ पुलिस उभयंक नाम एक मामला रुजु करिथिबा बेले उभयंक पक्षरु किछि लोकंको मध्य गिरफ करा जाइतिला। हेले काली संध्यारे आउ किछि लोकंको गिरफ करिबा को जाइथिबा बेले ग्रामवासी प्रतिवाद करी पुलिस उपरकू आक्रमण करिथिले। कलाहांडी जिला गोलामुंडा ब्लॉक खलियाकानी ठारे मर्मन्तुद सड़क दुर्घटना भारसाम्य हराई गछरे पिटी होईछि कार। कार चालक अवस्था संकटापन्न थिबारु जिला मुख्य चिकित्सालय भवानीपाटना को रेफर करा जायछि। कार चालक जनक कंटामांजी बेलपड़ा गाँवर महेंद्र मेहर ते धर्मगड़रू निज गाँ को फेरुथिबा बेले एही दुर्घटना होइतिला। आगको मध्य खबर जारी रहिबो। बुलेटिन रे समय होइछि छोट ब्रेक रो।
प्लॉट नंबर 212 in front of Kamala Palace Apartment 13, Punjabi Colony, Shatanagar, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Toll free number 1800-120-7767. WhatsApp number 7978029191.
Now get ready to feel the experience of world-class pump sets. Olima Pumps brings for you exclusive products, excellent performance and extreme quality. You thought we made.
समकालीन गणमाध्यम अनेक प्रसंग नहीं इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मीडिया स्टडीज IMS द्वारा आयोजित पंचम संस्करण नेशनल मीडिया कॉन्क्लेव 2021 21 नवेम्बर 2021 रु 3 दिनिया महासम्मेलन 5टी वैषयिक कर्मशाला उपस्थापित हेब 50 रु अधिक गवेषणात्मक संदर्भ सामिल हेबे 500 रु अधिक गवेषक विशेषज्ञ शिक्षाविद वरिष्ठ सांबादिक और छात्र छात्री मीडिया पार्टनर भावे स्वप्ना प्लस टीवी करिबो मीडिया महाकुंभर सीधा प्रसारण सहभागी वेब मीडिया पार्टनर नवा दिल्ली प्रकाशित इंडियन ऑब्जर्वर पोस्ट अधिक तथ्य लागि लगन करंतु www.inmc.org.in एवं कॉन्क्लेव सामाजिक गणमाध्यम पृष्ठागुड़ी को फॉलो लाइक सब्सक्राइब करंतु इन सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म यूट्यूब फेसबुक इंस्टाग्राम एंड ट्विटर।
ब्रेक पर स्वागत। बढ़िला भारतीय नौसेनार शक्ति भारतीय नौसेना सामिल है INS विशाखापट्टनम। प्रतिरक्षा मंत्री राजनाथ सिंह उपस्थित में मुंबई डैकर्ड रे आयोजित स्वतंत्र कार्यक्रम में INS विशाखापट्टनम को भारतीय नौसेना सामिल करा जायछि। INS विशाखापट्टनम रे रही गाइडेड मिसाइल जहां गुप्त भाव शत्रु उपर को आक्रमण करें। स्वदेशी कौशल निर्मित INS विशाखापट्टनम अक्टोबर 25 रे सेना को हस्तांतर करा जायतिला। यार पूरा ना हेउछि गाइडेड मिसाइल डेस्ट्रॉयर PB-15 विशाखापट्टनम। ए युद्ध पोतर लंब 163 मीटर और चौड़ा 17 मीटर और यार ओजन 74,000 टन रही। प्रति घंटे यह 55.66 किलोमीटर द्रुत गति गति करें। एथिरे भिन्न भिन्न टर्बाइन इंजिन रही जमापड़ी। राजस्थान अशोक गेहलोट को सरकार आज 15 जन मंत्री सामिल हेबे। अपराह्न दलर गुरुत्वपूर्ण बैठक बसिबो। एहा परे संध्यारे नुआ मंत्रिमंडल घोषणा हेबा सह नुआ मंत्री शपथ नेबे बोली सूचना मिली। गतकाली गेहलोट सरकार समस्त मंत्री इस्तीफा देइथिले। दलरे मुख्यमंत्री गेहलोट एवं पूर्वतन उपमुख्यमंत्री सचिन पायलट गोष्ठी मध्य कंदल सृष्टि नहीं चर्चा जोर धरिथिला। तेणु अशोक गेहलोट जदि मुख्यमंत्री रहुछंती ताहाले पायलट को समर्थक विधायक केउ विभागर मंत्री हेबे ता उपरे समस्त नजर रही। यार समाधान करने को जाई दलर हाइकमांड सोनिया गांधी निष्पत्ति क्रमे एही मंत्रिमंडल अदल बदल हेउछि। नमस्कार बुलेटिन को स्वागत करुछि मु कादम्बरी। प्रथम हेडलाइंस। राजस्थान में बदलिला गेहलोत सरकार को कैबिनेट रूपरेख 30 जणिया नुआ मंत्रिमंडल नेले शपथ। स्थान पाइले 15 नुआ मुह 4 जन को मिला राष्ट्रपाह्या। भारतीय नौसेना रे सामिल हेला विध्वंसकारी युद्ध जहाज आईएनएस विशाखापट्टनम। प्रतिरक्षा मंत्री राजनाथ सिंह उपस्थित रे मुंबई डकयार्ड हेला सामिल। संपूर्ण स्वदेशी ज्ञान कौशल रे होइछे निर्मित। शिक्षयित्री ममिता मेहर हत्या मामला प्रमाण जोगाड़ करुछि पुलिस। अभियुक्त गोविंद साहुर हेब हस्ताक्षर परीक्षा। हैंडराइटिंग जांच पई बंगमुंडा जेएमएफसी कोर्ट रे आवेदन कला पुलिस। सुवर्णपुर हस्पिटाल शिशु कन्या चोरी घटना। प्रतापपुर सरधापाली रास्ता कड़ू नवजात को उद्धार कला पुलिस। गतकाली शिशु कन्या को चोरी करथिले अजणा महिला। किणाबिका ने संदेह प्रकट कले एसपी। केन्द्रापड़ा बारीमूल गांव में अभावनीय घटना। जोररू डंगा गोटेवा बेले 2 भौणींकर सलिल समाधि। मृतकों मध्यरु जणे 3 वर्षर अन्य जणे 2 वर्षर। मृतदेह उद्धार कले स्थानीय लोके।